Good morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be changing out some water tanks that we use to catch rainwater off of our roof. I have three 220 gallon tanks and I'm going to be replacing them with three 330 gallon tanks. I'm going to paint those 330s black so that the sun can't infiltrate them and make green algae grow in the tanks. So I thought that you might be interested in following along with us. Let's get into it. There's the 220 gallon tanks that I have, and as you can see over here we have something coming off the roof to actually catch the water, and it goes into each tank, and you can see the little pipe that I have right here between these two, and you can't see it under the other one, but it's under the tarp, and I have them all connected that way together. And I'm going to be replacing them with these 330 gallons here, and that'll give me an extra 330 gallons from those, 110 gallons from each one. So we'll have significantly larger amount of rainwater to use for our plants, our container garden that we have right here. You see these. And so we are watering those and our other containers right down through here consistently, and we need a lot of water. And when you're watering those in your raised beds, rainwater is the best water that you can use because it's free, and it's free of any chemicals that the municipality puts in to treat the water. I'll be putting out some cardboard. I'll move the truck. I'll take these tanks out of these racks, these cages, and we'll put them on the cardboard. I'll spray them with adhesion promoter first so that it will stick to, the paint will stick to this plastic. Then we'll spray it with the black enamel. You can see here that I'm going to be using some algae enamel to put on those tanks. I'm also going to be using paint thinner, which is nothing more than mineral spirits. It's going to get up to about 80 today. In the hotter part of the day I could use acetone to thin it, and of course the lacquer thinner is for nothing but to clean up the gun later, and obviously I'm going to be wearing my respirator. I'm using a plastic adhesion promoter. I'm going to spray these all with that first, each tank, then I'm going to spray the tank with black. Alright, there are the 3 tanks. All painted black. I will wait until they have fully dried to put them back into their cages. And when I do that, they will be ready to exchange out those other 220s in the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drain this tank into one of the new tanks and then take this tank out. Put an empty new tank in here. Drain this tank into a new one. Put an empty new one here. Drain this tank into an old empty one. Put a new empty one here. That's how I'm going to take them in and out. Or at least somewhere in that order. I'm using my portable pump there to transfer water out of this tank into the other tanks here. I finally have them set. I now have to reset my first flush system and adjust the distance down. This tank is taller, 330 gallon tank. The other one was a 250. So I have to cut this off right here. Alright, make a mark. Take my grinder with my thin cutoff wheel. You need glasses, that's for sure. Dust off. Okay. And as you can see, it was about probably 8 to 10 inches that we took off there. So now, let's see if this will go in. There we go. And we're reconnected, and the first flush system will work. This first flush system has a ball down here, and the ball comes up as the tube fills up, and it seats right here, and then it diverts the water over and then into the tank, which means the very first water that comes off the roof comes into here with all the dirt and the debris and the bird poop and you name it, leaf litter, and you get the cleaner water then to go into your tank. So it's a really good system. It does keep our water cleaner, although we are just using it for irrigating our garden and our containers. We do want the cleanest water that we can acquire. I'm going to take these pool noodles and I'm going to cut them to fit right here on top of these hoses that go from each tank. So as that tank fills, it overflows into this tank fills, it overflows into this one. But in the winter, I don't want those pipes to burst, those hoses, and so I'll cover them with pool noodles. Okay, there you have it. We've made the transfer of the water from the 250-gallon tanks to the 330s. I painted them black so that they would not grow green algae, and I think they're going to service us well. The other ones did, however, we just couldn't get enough water, and so this will give us additional capacity. Thank you for coming along. Hey, if you've got a comment or a question regarding this, our water catchment system that we catch off of the roof, please leave us a comment below. Hit the like button for us and subscribe. Share this with a friend. Thank you and God bless you. Have a great day.